Hey everyone, and welcome to the second installment of my new series, I Told Her How To, which is basically just me sharing my tips and tricks that are maybe not very revolutionary, but I think are very helpful and add value to your life. Today, we're talking about something that I feel the most passionate about in my life, and that is moisturization. I am moisturized as a motherfucker. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Or if you see me on the street, come up and ask to feel my arms, which sounds really weird. But the other night at a bar, I was like, guys, feel how soft my skin is right now, because it really was. You can ask around town for verification. But I feel like if you are in the Northeast right now, if you are in other cold weather, in the country, out of the country, in another country, wherever you are, and if it is cold and wintertime where you're at, it's difficult to stay moisturized. It's difficult to stay hydrated. I feel like this is the time of year where everyone's skin starts to just feel like it's beyond repair. I'm here to repair. So this is not necessarily skincare. This is quite literally just what I do for my body and some additional things like for upkeep. It's relatively simple. It's relatively inexpensive. You don't need every single step. I'm going to sort of show you when you're in dire need what you do versus just your everyday routine. And yeah, I hope that this helps. I am not an esthetician. I'm not a dermatologist. I am not a doctor. These are just things I've used over the years that have really helped me up my moisturization game. And I feel like while I am not someone who has fully crossed over the threshold of like clean everything, no chemicals in anything, I do have a pretty simplistic routine, and there's not a lot of stuff in the things that I use. So if you want to find super clean alternatives, I'm sure that you can. These are the products that I feel have made the biggest difference for my skin. This is how I keep myself from feeling like a lizard, for myself and others. And yeah. Firstly, let's talk about the most important thing, which is that you need to be drinking water, probably more than you think you should be drinking. I know everyone's carrying around a Stanley. I hope everyone's actually drinking the amount of water that they think that they are, but it is really important. The moisturization in your skin comes from the inside out. In the summertime, we're chugging water because it's hot outside. It's refreshing. In the wintertime, a cold glass of water doesn't really seem as refreshing, but it's very necessary. So water is the number one thing. These are trace mineral drops. You put them in your water, okay? You drink. The problem with the water in the United States is that it is lacking a lot of minerals. So even if we're drinking tons and tons and tons of water, a lot of it isn't actually hydrating us or like sticking to our insides, which is what we need. That's where the minerals come in. This is basically just adding the minerals that are supposed to naturally be in our water and that used to be in our water back in. So I do that every day. I take trace minerals every day in my water, and I also use other hydration supplements as needed. But that's the first and foremost thing, staying hydrated and actually being hydrated with the minerals that you need in order to feel like you're retaining some moisture. Key. Now let's talk pre-shower. This is like step number one. You got the shower going, it's getting steamy, and now you are going to dry brush. This little brush on dry skin, not after you moisturize, before you get in the shower. Upward circular motions only. You're always brushing towards your heart. That's how you can think of it. This is a game changer in the wintertime. It's exfoliating, it's creating circulation, it's getting the blood rushing to the surface of your skin, it's plumping things up. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a hard habit for me to get into. I wish it were more top of mind, and I'm gonna show you what I do when I forget to do this. But if you are someone who can consistently stay up with dry brushing, this is a major skin game changer, and it reduces like cellulite, it reduces varicose veins. Like, it is really something that does wonders for your skin. This brush was an Amazon purchase. I will link everything from the episode, but this is your number one tool if you are someone who is disciplined enough to stay up with this. Okay, now you get in the shower, bar of soap. Really, any bar of soap will do. But I love Dove. I think it's because it reminds me of my childhood. There's like some nostalgia there. I also love that it doesn't leave a residue. Like, you know how some soaps, when you're using them after you rinse off, there's still kind of like a film, or it almost makes you feel kind of like squeaky. Like, I don't know if that's the right terminology, but that's how I feel sometimes. Not with Dove. And this is not an ad. None of these products are sponsored or anything like that. This is literally just what I like to use and what I think works. So you have maybe dry brushed, and if you have, you can skip this next step, or vice versa. This is the Holy Grail product. This is a glove. I got it on Amazon. Shout out to my friend Jenna who told me about this specific one because it is wonderful. This is like when you have time in the shower and maybe you do your shampoo and conditioner first and then like rinse everything off again, do your soap, and then you put this on and you scrub away. Again, I think that there is something to like scrubbing up towards your heart. The motion of that, there's something about that I feel like is important. So if you can do this or this, choose one each time. My skin can take a lot of exfoliation. It just always has been that way. So however your skin reacts to this, again, like this is not about how hard can you scrub. This is just about getting that first layer of your skin exfoliated so that you can get rid of some dead skin cells, get some circulation going. So choose one or the other, the dry brushing or the shower glove. Okay, then shower oil. This is what you put on your skin. It like works up into a lather. I'm obsessed with this one from this exact brand. But there are a million others. The reason I love this one is because you can feel that it really locks in the moisture. It also, again, doesn't have that like weird film, and it doesn't make your shower or your tub like slippery, which I am a total klutz and will fall if there is an opportunity to. So this is amazing. Smells also really good. Like there's some sort of like nostalgic smell that it has. It almost smells like that like Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. Delicious. This goes on after you exfoliate. If you're not exfoliating that day, this is what you use, like instead of a body wash, because I feel like a lot of the body washes have ingredients in them that sometimes dry us out. They smell really good, but if your skin needs extra moisture put back in, it's not really happening with the body wash. So that's in the shower. So really it's the 3 steps. It's either dry brushing or the glove, a bar of soap that adds some moisture back into your skin and that can cleanse and not irritate, and then a body oil of some sort. So then you get out of the shower, and while you are damp, first thing you do, rose water. This is just 2 ingredients. It's literally water and rose oil. Face, neck, chest. Number 1. Salma Hayek did an interview and they said, oh my gosh, why do you look so good for your age? What do you do? And she said, I basically wash my face with rose water. So this is something that has been a game changer to my skin. It hydrates, it moisturizes. I actually use this as my setting spray. I use this for everything. I use it when I wake up in the morning. Like if I have a workout and I know I'm gonna shower afterwards, instead of cleansing and washing my face when I first wake up, rose water and then just some moisturizer. This is a miracle product, and I think it's like $9.99. Then you have choices. And what I think is more important than the products you're using is the order that you're using them in. So if you are feeling like I need double moisture today, 2 options. Body oil. This is the everyday oil. This is a new product that I am obsessed with. It's not like greasy. It is just like delicious scents and oils, and this goes on before your moisturizer. You can also put this on with your moisturizer, but I feel like the oil first and then locking it in with the moisturizer is the key. If you are lizard status, need something more. CeraVe Balm. Okay, this is like Vaseline. You can see I use a lot of this. This like rubs itself. You know how Vaseline or like Aquaphor kind of like stays like that balmy? This really like rubs into almost an oil. So this is something that, again, you put on before your moisturizer. This is if you're feeling like you need 10 times the moisture than you usually get. And it really does the trick. It's like amazing. Those are the two things that you do before you put your moisturizer on. The next step is locking that in. So sealing either that CeraVe or like a balm kind of like that, or the oil into your skin so that it's like locked in there. It's not going to come off on your clothes, things like that. For this step, again, you have choices. It's about what moisturizer works best for you. I am a major fan of all of the La Roche-Posay moisturizers. This is the Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. I go through one of these a month easy. It's just the best moisturizer. I use it on my face. I use it on my hands. My biggest thing is fragrance free and super high moisture. So this does the trick. The other thing that I buy, and this is going to sound silly, but it's because I went downstairs, aka to the Blue Mercury on the corner. If you don't know what a Blue Mercury is, Google. It's amazing. It's like the grown-up Sephora. And they have all of these like fresh products, you know, that fresh line. It used to be sold in Nordstrom a lot. And I got this lotion that was like a $45 lotion. And I came home and I looked at the ingredients and it had friggin' BHT in it. BHT is like a cancer causing chemical that we know causes cancer and is banned in every other country, but is somehow still in our skincare and food here. So then I got this, which again, this is a baby lotion. Okay, so this, it really doesn't matter. This is actually something that I find to be very moisturizing. I think because it has like petroleum in it, but a little goes a long way. This is something that I, again, like because it's fragrance free and because it feels like it's really locking everything in. Then if you have extra dry areas, I could go to a deserted island and only bring one thing. It might be Aquaphor. If you've ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding and the father is always saying like, put Windex on that, this is my Windex. I put Aquaphor on every single thing. This is for your lips, for your cracked heels, for your hands, for your cuticles, under eyes before you go to bed, like elbows, knees, whatever. If you have extra dry places, Aquaphor to the rescue. This is another good one. It just is more scented and it's not like the best scent. It's kind of a heavier scent. Bag Balm. This is what I like keep in my purse. If you haven't seen it, it's like the same consistency as an Aquaphor or like a Vaseline. So these two things are for like your spot touch-ups. And again, for your lips throughout the entire winter, these are the only things I put on my lips other than Lip Saver by Molten Brown. I love this product. I discovered this product this year and it's the same kind of thing as an Aquaphor or as a Bag Balm. It's just like very thick. I love it. And oftentimes I wear this under like a lip gloss or lip oils, which is what I'm going to show you in a second. But I really am like a conspiracy theorist about the fact that I think chapstick actually dries your lips out to make you buy more of it. The only thing that can be trusted is something like this. Vaseline has one. Carmex is okay. It's not my favorite. But anything that comes like in a little tube like this and is mostly just like petroleum, Aquaphor has one. Those are the things that you want to be using on your lips, not chapstick. If you don't just want to leave it at that, lip oils are your best friend. This is one that I just got from Amazon. This is the Merit Beauty one, which I really like. This is like very, very light and also just glossy. and feels good. Comes in a couple different colors, so there's more tint. This is just the NYX Fat Oil, which has a little bit more sparkle in it. But you know, just gives you a little more, but it's still primarily an oil. So it's not that like goopy, gloppy, whatever. Lip oils are having a moment right now, so they're really easy to find and they're really affordable. But I oftentimes, like I said, do like the lip saver underneath and then an oil on top. Lock it all in. That's kind of the key, is that if you're gonna do something that's like high super moisture, you gotta lock it in with something that is gonna keep it there. This is also a small but mighty tool. Cuticle oil on the go. This is something that I keep next to my bed. I keep one in my purse. I keep one in my makeup bag. It's just easy to grab and go. I have been really trying to keep my nails up, which I never ever used to do. Everyone made fun of me for years because I was like a nail biter and just always had no polish on, didn't give a shit. I also worked in retail for many years and they wouldn't let you polish your nails. It just wasn't a priority. But now that I'm doing so much on camera, fuck everybody who made fun of me biting my nails. Kidding. It actually will help your manicure last a lot longer, which we know is important because A, it's a pain in the ass to sit there with no hands for an hour, and also it's expensive. That being said, the number one thing that I have done that has changed the state of just my hands in the winter, my cuticles, everything, is have a lotion and soap set at every sink in your house. It's a good reminder that once you wash your hands, you need to add some moisture back, just a pump of lotion. And I find myself just lotioning my hands all day long. Obviously, keeping something in your purse works also, but I just feel like you reach for this more and it's easy. Lastly, if you are getting out of here and going somewhere warmer, to be in the sun, sun protection, very important. And this in particular, this Supergoop Glow Oil actually moisturizes your skin while giving you SPF protection. This is SPF 50. I think that it's important to use this along with other things, but this has a really great sheen to it. It's got a ton of oils in it, which are really nice. And again, just sort of like locks in that moisture. That's all. I hope that that was helpful. And I know it probably seemed like a lot of stuff, but the gist is that it doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes being disciplined about getting into a routine, and then again, you're moisturized as a motherfucker. Like, I wish you could feel me through this screen because it feels good. It's an experience. And you'll just look glowy and healthy and you'll feel healthier. There's just something to be said about having nice, soft skin. And yeah, I feel like it's important in the wintertime to not just be feeling like your whole body is flaking off. So I hope that helps. Stay warm, hydrate, moisturize, and I will see you next week for something else.